Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another tutorial on this channel. I know it's been a while since I've done one, but today we are going to be building a bank in Minecraft. So yes, Minecraft, I know, it's kind of rare I do Minecraft videos, but here we go. I want to start getting back into tutorials and stuff again. And I figured why not start with a bank? I've never made a bank for you guys, so why not start with something like this? So first of all, you will need at least a 43 by 48 plot of land for this bank. It can be a little bit bigger. This only includes the building itself and not any parking lot space and anything like that. And you can kind of see the layout here of what it will be like. And we will be doing the interior to this building as well. That way you can also get a realistic bank on the inside along with it. So let's go over the materials that we will need. There is quite a few. So I am using the city texture pack. So be aware that my materials might look a little bit more different than yours. So just kind of keep that in mind. So we're going to be using some cobblestone, some plain clay, just because of the kind of tanner color. I'm not really sure what kind of color you would call that, just more of a tan. We will need a quartz slab, alright. For windows, we will need both white and light gray stained glass. Oh my goodness, my words are just going all over the place. So there's a good start. We will also need a light gray wool. You'll probably see why once we get, going and get more stuff going. We also need some white stained glass panes along with some black, which actually take out a couple fences, which fences are over here. And we're going to use dark oak fences. So what we're going to do is we're going to start more over on the left side of the actual building itself. So what I want to do is start with my cobblestone to make a 2x2 square. So 1, 2, so 2x2 square pretty much. We're going to have it come back on the back side here on the outside. Another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks. Okay. Now when it comes to the right side, we're actually going to keep this at 2 blocks wide. So what we're going to do next with our clay, we're going to come out 1 block to the right on our second block. So you know we should have 1 block of cobblestone in front of it. Okay, we're gonna have a 1 block gap, add 2 more things of clay in a row. So 1, 2, another gap of 1. There we go. And now we're gonna have a gap of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you're gonna have another piece of clay here. And we're gonna stack these up 6 blocks. So 4, 5, 6. And do this with all the pieces of clay. You can even do it with all the cobblestone that we have made so far, even though it's not much. But you can kind of start with that now if you want to go ahead and do that. And just kind of boop, boop, boop. There we go. And just kind of filling all this in 6 blocks tall that we've made so far. Again, we haven't made too much, but just kind of getting you guys started. So there we go. That looks pretty good. And we can actually extend the cobblestone up 1 block higher than the clay that we have as of now. Okay, so now over on the right side of our big window that we just made, we're gonna have 1, 2, 3 things of cobblestone in a row. We're gonna stack it up 7 blocks. All right, so 1 block higher than the clay. We're gonna stack this all the way up. So over on the side closest to the window, we're gonna have it come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. So you should have 4 blocks in front of the clay that we originally had here for the other windows, and that's what we want. We're gonna stack this all the way up on the wall side, 7 blocks tall. There we go. We want to have it be 3 blocks wide. And basically, you're kind of just making a small little rectangle here. You can fill in the rest of the area. And if you want to fill in the center, you can. But what I'm going to do is just fill on the top. And then, boom, we're set and ready to go. So now we're going to work on our front entrance. So for our entrance, what we're going to do is we're going to start at 1 block back from our cobblestone here. Okay. And we're going to start off with our light gray stained glass. We're going to stack it up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks tall. Okay. Looking pretty good. Actually, let's go 4 blocks tall. I think 4 blocks tall will look a little bit better. We're going to have it come out 2 blocks wide. All right. Then we're going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th block from that window, or 2 pieces of glass that we just made, stack it up, and basically do the exact same thing. And what you should end up with is a 3 block gap in between, and that's what we want. That's where our door is going to go. So what we're going to do is using your white stained glass pane, stack it up 4 blocks tall. And have it come out 1 in front of it. So just like this. And there is your door. We can always add more detail and stuff like that to it later on. But for right now, I think it's fine and pretty simple along with it. So over on the right side of the door that we just made, we're going to have it come out 1, 2, 3 pieces of cobblestone. And kind of like what we did over on the other side, when it comes to symmetricalness, you will have, 3 blocks here, so 3 blocks wide, stack it up 7 blocks tall again. Kind of seeing a pattern here. And I think I added an extra piece by accident. I will get rid of that. And we're going to have it come back. Where's the extra piece? There we go. Get rid of all this stuff that I added by accident. There we go. Okay, so then what you're going to do is, so we have our window here. We can kind of stack this up. We have pretty much right now a 3x2 pillar. We're going to have it come out 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks. So it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks total. We're going to stack these all the way up, 7 blocks tall. Again, you probably are seeing a pattern here. Okay, so now when we come to the front, we should have something that looks just like this. I know it's not looking like much yet, but we will be getting there, I rest assure you. So, kind of going back to our front door, what we're going to do is taking our clay, we're going to have it come on top of the windows here and stack it up 2 blocks. So again, very, very simple stuff. Just like that, should look pretty good. And the next thing you're going to do is using your quartz slab. Our quartz slab is going to start here right above the door, come all the way across. And then you're actually going to have it come over and connect with your 2 pieces of cobblestone. It's kind of just a small little overhang that will add a little bit more detail to your build. So there we go. We're looking pretty good so far. So now we are over on the right side of the building if you're facing the front. So kind of taking back out our clay, we're going to have it come out 1 block back from the wall that we made over here. And stack it up 5 blocks tall. Again, there we go. Or is it 6? I think it was 6 blocks tall. Okay, we're going to come back 1 more block. And now we're going to have some more windows. A lot of this will be symmetrical. And you'll see a pattern here in a second. What we're going to do is using our white stained glass to kind of stack up. I think it's going to be 5 blocks tall total. So something just like that. Actually, let's stick with our 4 for now, and let's just see how it looks. If we want to make it taller, we can. Then out to the side of this, what you're going to do is kind of come back out diagonal from the window to the right side and stack it up 3 blocks tall, or 3 blocks wide, excuse me. So something just like this. And now we're kind of going to be repeating the design here. Well, actually, I guess we're kind of not, because actually you're going to see that this one is 2. Or I actually just messed up. It's, so many different options. It doesn't really matter which one you do. You can make it look exactly how you want. So it's not really that big of a deal. So what I'm going to do is just kind of keep it how I have it. So using our, did we use white? You used white over here. So use your white stained glass. And what we're going to do is just stack it up 4 blocks wide again. Same height. All right, get rid of that. And looking pretty good there. Okay, so then diagonal, this one will be 2, so that's where I probably messed up, but I think it'll be fine. You'll see why here in a second. Come diagonal again, 1, 2, 3, 4, stack it up 4 blocks tall again, and I think I made it 1 more tall again. Just kind of force a habit. Okay, then come diagonal 1 this time, and you see that I have an extra piece of clay here. Don't worry about it. There's actually supposed to be a piece of cobblestone right there from my layout. That was just on me. Okay, so we should have 3 windows total when it comes down to it. So that should be it. Actually, let's actually add our clay right here. So this one on the very end should actually have 2 instead of 1. And then using your cobblestone, stack up 1, or to come out wide diagonal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come to the right. 1, 2. So it should be 3 blocks wide on the corner here. And on the back side, it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to stack this up 7 blocks tall. Again, 1 block taller than all of our clay that we've made so far. And bam. Oh, missed that one. There we go. So that's good to go. So now when we have this turned, we're going to come diagonal again. I know there's a lot of turning in this. We're going to have this 1 block of clay come all the way up to 6 blocks tall. This window here is actually going to be 3 wide. So you can actually use your glass panes again, or white stained glass. So 1, 2, 3. Stack it up 4 blocks tall again. There we go. I didn't add it too tall this time. Got it right. And then over on the opposite side of that window, stack it up 6 blocks tall as well. All right. In the middle, you're going to have a 3 wide wall going up 7 blocks tall on the diagonal piece, if that makes any sense. It's really hard to describe, like when you keep going like back and forth, like what exactly you're trying to call out. So I'm trying to do as best as I can for you guys. So now what we're going to do is make the exact same window again, right over here on the other side of this wall. So again, 6 blocks tall, 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks tall for the window itself. And then a thing of clay stacking up to 6. Okay, so now what we're going to do is if we're facing the front, we're going to keep it coming back towards the back side. What we're going to do is have our cobblestone come out 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks. Stack this up all the way to 7 blocks. And then just fill in this wall. So it should be 4 blocks wide. Okay, then we want it to be 3 blocks wide. So coming to the corner, add 2 more. And just kind of adding 1 more here just for good measure. Now you want to come 5 blocks away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On the 6th block, we're basically going to be recreating the exact same thing that we made over there. So 3 blocks wide. All right. Only this one will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks wide instead of 4 when it comes to the total length over on the left side of the building. And now we can stack these all the way up. And 1 more block tall. Now we need to fill in this. Bang, bang, bam. All right, so then that's looking pretty good. Now what we're going to do is using our clay, we're just going to make this into a solid wall here. So we're not going to have any windows or anything, just keeping this a solid wall. So that should be that. Okay. So now we're actually going to finish up this outside exterior when it comes to all the walls connecting to each other. So the rest of this is actually just going to be a clay wall. So you can actually just take your clay and fill it all the way up with clay. And that's all you pretty much have to do. Ding, ding, ding. Just keep building your way up until it's 6 blocks tall. Again, just kind of following the pattern that we've done for everything so far. Alrighty then. And to finish it off, we are good. So that should be that. Okay, so now what we need to do is kind of add in some of our windows and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is come to the front where we have these 3 small little windows and 1 big one, or 2 small, 1 big. So what we're going to do is using your white stained glass, what we're going to do is just stack it up 4 blocks tall, 1 block back behind the clay, so 4 blocks tall on each of these windows. Okay, looking pretty good. Next, using your clay, what you're going to do is have your clay come all the way over and connect with each side and every other piece of the clay. Alright, looking pretty good. And then last but not least, what you're going to do is using, I think I missed a material that we will need. Actually, I didn't. Your light gray wool is actually going to go on top of your windows. So it should look something just like this from the outside. But don't worry, we're not quite done yet. Next thing you're going to do is using your quartz slabs. Have your quartz slabs be on the bottom side of your light gray wool on all the windows here. And we want them to be 1 block out from the clay itself. So it should look something just like this when it's all said and done. Alrighty then, looking pretty good there. Next what you're going to do is using your quartz slabs again. You're going to add in your quartz slabs on top of your clay on pretty much everything around here. So just kind of filling it in here. So now when we come to the side of the building, kind of the same concept. So what we're going to do is have your clay be 2 blocks tall on top of the window. And just kind of keep filling them in. Here we go. Bam. So there we go. We got that. So kind of the same concept, right? So using your quartz slabs, just kind of right above the window, come out 2 blocks. And do this on every single window that we've had. So 2. And there's another 2. There we go. Kind of having that small little overlap again. On the back side, what we're actually going to do is 2 blocks of clay on top. Just like that on both windows. Okay, now this one is actually not going to be... actually, let's do the same thing. So right above the window. And we can actually go out 2 blocks with these. You know, you could only stay out 1 if you wanted to. I don't really think it's that big of a deal. You could even just connect both of these together if you really wanted to. Like this. Again, not that huge of a deal. It really depends on what you think looks best. I don't like connecting them though. Maybe have a 1 block gap in between them if you wanted to do that. But I like having something that maybe looks something like this instead of connecting all of them. So in my opinion, that looks better, but it's not consistent with what we've done. So just get rid of the ones on the corners, and I think we're good to go. So just like that. And again, using your quartz slabs, putting on top of the clay, going all the way around the building. So just like this. Boop, 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 boop. Just kind of following our outline here. And there we go. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. The only last thing to do on the exterior wise is we need to add in that little ATM walkway that you can actually drive around and deposit your money without getting out of your car and stuff like that. So how I'm going to do this is, and this actually is incorporated into that 43 by 48 grid, so I did incorporate this. You don't have to worry about that if you did not account for it. It is accounted for in my measurements. So using, I'd probably say we could use stone along with, what would be a good, maybe a dispenser or even a dropper. In this case, could look pretty good. Use your best judgment on which one looks best. We will also need some cobblestone walls, a couple stone slabs. You actually need quite a few of those, and you will also still need your light gray wool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start my ATM one block away from this wall here over on our left side. So what I'm going to do is, using my stone, come out one, so on the second block and one block away from the building. I'm going to stack it up. Okay, stack it up 2 blocks tall. And then what we're going to do is on the far right side, put your dropper or whatever material you want to use, and then just kind of stack up your stone around it. I know it looks pretty tall, but think about how tall the cars are when you make them. So it's kind of real when it comes to that aspect of things. So you kind of do the same thing over here. All right, so we would have our dropper there, and just kind of continuing the same thing. And then the next one we're going to do, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the 6th block. We are going to add your next one. So exact same design. So our dropper goes there, and it's kind of continuing the same ideas here. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. And our dropper goes there. Okay, so now we got that part done. Next we're going to do is, using your cobblestone walls, stack up twice with those. Do. All right, on all 4 of them. All right. And we will be having a window here. We're going to do that when we get to the interior, just to make sure we have it in the right spot. All right. So next, using your light gray wool, you're going to have your light gray wool start all the way from your cobblestone and kind of just follow the path, if it was a square, around your cubes that you already made. If that makes any sense, to kind of just follow the outline of those. All right. And then what you're going to do next is, using your, stone slabs. I'm going to have one of my stone slabs start on the bottom portion of the wall. So just kind of going around. Don't need that one there. Don't even know how it ended there. All right, coming all the way around. And then the next piece is actually going to start on top of your wall. So just like this. And this one, you're actually going to overhang it a half a block above the ones that we already have below. If that, again, makes any sense. Hopefully it does. I'm trying to describe this stuff as best as possible for you guys. And bam, there is pretty much your bank. So obviously the roof needs to be filled in, so that can actually be used with any material that you want to use personally. I would probably suggest, since we use cobblestone, maybe going with a light gray hardened clay. That might be the best way to go. So we're going to continue this part. So if you guys liked the video, please let me know. We will be doing the interior next part, and hopefully finishing up this entire build. So thank you for watching, guys. It is greatly appreciated. And stay tuned in for part 2.